welcome to our session, Ways to Study in Germany with a High School Diploma. My name is Melanie and I'm part of the EXPAT team. I'm very excited to introduce to you Roxana Plikov. Roxana is not only our speaker today, she is also a dear colleague of mine, and we work together in the German House in New York. Roxana represents the DAAD, which stands for the Deutsche Akademischer Austauschdienst. Her responsibility includes providing support to German DAAD fellows who study in North America with the help of a DAAD grant. Thank you so much, Roxana, for taking the time on a Saturday afternoon to be with us, and we are very happy to have the DAAD on board. And with this, Roxana, the floor is yours.
All right, thank you so much, Melanie, for the nice introduction. Hello, everyone. My name is Roxana Plikov, as Melanie already said and introduced me. I work in the DAAD regional office in New York, and I'm looking forward to hosting this info session for you. As the title of this session already gives away, the presentation provides useful information to those of you with children attending US high schools and who are interested in continuing their academic higher education in Germany. There's going to be a lot of information, and like Melanie said, jot your questions down and you can email them to me later, and also I can share the PDF version of this PowerPoint with you, because there are many links. There are slides with links that are helpful resources that would be easier than, of course, to if you had them in front of you. So what I'm going to talk to you about today is a brief introduction to the DAAD and what to expect at a German university, the types of higher education institution in Germany, and very important, explain the difference between Bildungsinländer and Bildungsausländer. These are two important terms, funding opportunities, and like I said, helpful links. So let's start with the introduction to the DAAD. Like Melanie said, it's an acronym for Deutsche Akademischer Austauschdienst, or in English, German Academic Exchange Service. We are the German National Agency for International Academic Cooperation, and we foster and promote academic cooperation between German universities and their counterparts around the world. We are a member organization and represent German universities. And we've been around for a long time. We're approaching our 100-year anniversary. The DAAD was brought to life in 1925, shortly after the end of the First World War. There was a calamity that left Germany quite isolated. So the DAAD was a constructive way to connect Germany with the rest of the world, specifically to create a network for German students to enrich their social, political, and economic lives. And at the same time, it is also a soft diplomacy effort designed to allow students from around the world to experience Germany in a positive way, and upon returning home, to share their positive experiences with their communities at home. So as you can see on the right, on this partial map, DAAD is present around the world. We have offices in over 60 countries. Over 130,000 people were moved in 2020 with the financial support of the DAAD. So as you can imagine, this incurs a high cost. DAAD has a budget of over 600 million euros per year, and we're funded by two German federal ministries, the Ministry of Education and Research, and the German Foreign Office, which is the equivalent of the Department of State. We offer stipends to deserving students on a competitive basis, of course, from Germany, as well as prospective students from around the world who want to study in Germany. And just a brief mention here that most DAAD stipend programs become available for sophomores and juniors, so second and third year of college. But there are other study tours and other opportunities before that. So why Germany? Well, you probably already have your own reasons why you would like your children to study in Germany, but I'll try to add a few more reasons to your list. So according to UNESCO data, in 2016, the country overtook France in international student enrollments to become the fourth largest host country of international students worldwide, after the United States, the United Kingdom, and Australia. In Europe, Germany is the #1 destination for international students. Germany has become an attractive study destination far beyond Europe. India recently emerged as a top-sending country of students to Germany, and there's a growing inflow of students not only from China, but also from places like Iran, Cameroon, Tunisia, Indonesia, and Pakistan. And Germany is simultaneously the world's third largest sending country of international students after China and India. Given that Germany is not an English-speaking nation, its growing attractiveness as an international study destination is remarkable. Germany has a well-earned reputation for high academic standards at its universities. It is one of the oldest university cultures in the world, and that reputation is something that resonates around the globe. It is noteworthy that the lifestyle students have there is very comfortable. Education is a real priority in terms of public investments for Germany. Student lifestyles are subsidized in ways that are unusual here in the United States. And as a student in Germany, you have access to social and cultural activities and to transit at very low cost. You may have heard that the German system in many cases is tuition-free. Where tuition fees are charged, these are very low compared to US standards. Universities are highly international. We have 360,000 international students who are pursuing their studies in Germany. That's 14 to 15% of the entire student population. So universities have offices and staff to assist students and are there for them to make the transition a smooth one. In recent past, Germany has designed many study programs for international students, and oftentimes these programs are taught in English. I have to add that the majority of the programs taught in English are also at the master's level, but still. So for those of you who may not be so familiar with the higher education institutions in Germany, Germany offers several types of higher education institutions. We have universities and technical universities that focus on methods and theories, are research-based, and offer a variety of fields. They offer degrees such as bachelor, master's, Staatsexamen, or PhD, habilitation, or postdoc. There are over 380 officially recognized universities throughout Germany, and they offer a total of 17,000 study programs. And there are about 119 private universities, of which 93 are private universities of applied science. Universities of applied science or University of Corporate Education are very prevalent and popular in Germany. A duales studium at a higher institution can offer a bachelor's degree or less commonly a master's degree. This higher education institution has cooperation contracts with various companies, and students in a dual study program are employed at one of the companies. Their training is alternatingly conducted in the higher education institution and in their company. And graduates receive the academic degree, most often a bachelor's degree, and obtain a vocational diploma issued by the German Chamber of Commerce and Industry or by the German Chamber of Commerce. Throughout their dual studies, students receive a monthly salary with few exceptions, even throughout the months of study at the higher education institution. How much a student can earn depends on the company that offers the practical portion in. Depending on the employer, salaries may vary between approximately 400 euros per month to up to 1,800 euros per month, which of course does not happen too often. I think the average is more about 400 euros per month. So most dual study programs are offered at universities of applied sciences. They offer dual programs or have dual options for their regular programs, or universities of cooperative education, and they offer exclusively dual programs. Or University of Cooperative Education, they're also called Duale Hochschule und Berufsakademie. like I mentioned earlier, so you have in front of you the slide with all the degrees you can earn in Germany, and the background for that is the Bologna process. So within the context of the Europe-wide Bologna process, Germany's federal government, Länder, and institution of higher education are conducting the largest higher education reform in decades. Since 1999, when the inception took place at the Italian University city of Bologna, this reform process in Germany has aimed to establish internationally accepted degrees, improve the quality of courses of study, and enhance employability. And some of its other goals are introduction to a system of comprehensible and comparable degrees, such as bachelor and master's, introduction to a two-cycle degree structure, undergraduate and graduate, transparency of study contents by means of credit points, and the diploma supplement. So the diploma supplement, for those who don't know, is a document issued in addition to the university certificate. This document includes information on the course of study and academic degree attained, such as the entrance criteria, goals, and contents of the course of study. Other goals are recognition of degrees and phases of study, and of course, the promotion of mobility of students and academic staff. The Zeit Campus website is a guide in German language to help students figure out which field of study is right for them. It offers an evaluation of study, an evaluation test free of charge to narrow down what they are good at, their strength, and help them figure out what they definitely don't want to do. It helps them make a decision that is right for them. It also features a link to a Hochschulranking site. And here are some additional links to searchable databases. For example, I take one, the Center for Higher Education, CHE University Ranking site. In the CHE University Ranking, one can find valuable information for the choice of the right subject of study and the university in Germany fitting best for the students. The ranking results are based on facts as well as an assessment by 120,000 students and 9,000 professors. So we come to these two terms, Bildungsinländer versus Bildungsausländer. You are considered a Bildungsinländer if you are a foreign citizen who has acquired a German higher education entrance qualification either in the Federal Republic of Germany or at a German school abroad. The Abitur, and likewise the Abitur certificate from a German school abroad, certifies the general higher education entrance qualification and provides access to any course of study at universities in Germany as a Bildungsinländer. The Bildungsausländer has a non-German degree. The Abitur guarantees that the student meets their course requirements and the language requirements for entrance at a higher education institution. So now to the information for Bildungsausländer and the course requirements. So please note that this is just a guide about what is needed to attend a German institution of higher education and should not be taken as a guarantee. Each degree program may have its own individual requirements, especially in the case of art, music, film, and architecture. Each university and degree program is responsible for selection of its own student body, and prerequisites may vary by institution and by degree program. The chart on this slide is based on information from ANABIN, and you can find the most updated information when you visit the website. So a brief note, what is ANABIN? ANABIN is a database of the German government that provides information about the accreditation and acceptance of foreign third-level degrees. It is a binding reference for German administrations, employers, and private individuals to validate degrees. So important to note in this section is that if you would like to study in Germany, you can usually apply directly to the university of your choice. Official recognition of previously acquired certificates is only required in a few German states. Contact the international office of the university where you would like to study and ask them about the applications procedure. The university will inform the student whether the evaluation of the school leaving certificate is carried out directly by the university, by Uni Assist, or by a state certificate recognition agency. And universities may set additional conditions for admissions to certain degree programs. Inquire about this with the student advisor at the university. If the university or the Zeugnis Anerkennungsstelle has questions about the classification of your degree, they can ask the ZAB or Zentralstelle für ausländisches Bildungswesen for an evaluation. So now a few words to the diagram on the slide. For a high school diploma to be acceptable, a student has to have completed classes 9 to 12 and have 16 academic courses in various fields. As you can see, there's more than one way for a Bildungsausländer to qualify for university entrance. We have the Feststellungsprüfung is one way, and I will say more about it on the next slide. The Feststellungsprüfung is oftentimes taken at a Studienkolleg in Germany, or you have 2 years of college, or you have an associate degree, or advanced placements courses. The Studienkolleg is an option for students who are considered Bildungsausländer. It ends with a university qualification exam or Feststellungsprüfung. It is a subject-restricted university entrance qualification exam, and the duration is usually 1 year. It assesses the qualification of international student applicants for entering studies at universities in Germany. In some Studienkollegs, you may take the Feststellungsprüfung without having attended the Studienkolleg, and that's called the externe Feststellungsprüfung. In this case, students must prepare for the exam themselves. There is no comprehensive database, so those interested should search online for externe Feststellungsprüfung at universities that offer the exam without requiring students to attend classes. Both Universitäten or universities and Fachhochschulen or universities of applied sciences offer Studienkollegs. A university qualification exam by a Fachhochschule qualifies you to study only at the Fachhochschule. A university qualification exam by Universität qualifies you to study at both types of universities. What do you need in order to apply for a Studienkolleg? You need German language skills, at least B1 level of the European Framework of Reference for Languages, enough money to pay for your living expenses for 1 year in Germany, and proof of financial resources, and that's around 10,300 euros for the year. A valid visa. The DAAD is not qualified to give out visa information. You should contact the German consulate for official visa advice. But what I can tell you in general is that US citizens can enter Germany without a visa. However, they are required to apply for a residence permit for the purpose of studying, also called Aufenthaltserlaubnis zum Zweck des Studiums, if they intend to stay longer than 3 months in Germany, which is the case of foreign students. For this, you have to find a local foreigners registrations office. So that's in Germany, and that's called the Ausländerbehörde. Nevertheless, you should still get your information about visas, if necessary, from the German consulate. That's the safest thing to do. So a little bit about advanced placements, option 1 and option 2. These are also a requirement or a possibility to qualify as a Bildungsausländer to qualify to study at a German higher institution. I'm going to go over both slides sort of in one, because so the difference between the two is that option one has a focus on math, medicine, natural sciences, pharmacology, and technology. And the AP courses option two has a focus on the humanities, social sciences, law, or economics, and business. And you can also look at the slides later at your own leisure if you contact me and you would like the PDF presentation. Also, I want to mention that I did get this information again from Annabin. So everything that is reliable comes from Annabin. But what I would like to point out about both options here, because it has come up, parents in the past, is that the high school preparation courses do not necessarily have to have the same label as AP exams. The requirement pertains to the AP exams. Honor courses or regular courses in the appropriate subjects can also be taken to prepare for the AP exams. The AP exams must all be taken by the time the student graduates from high school. Prior to this, an appropriate subject course for each AP subject must have been taken in the 11th or 12th grade. In individual cases, the preparatory courses may also be offered in the 10th grade. The transcript must then indicate that the appropriate preparatory courses was taken here. The courses are usually referred to AP courses. However, it is also possible to take the AP exam if an honor course or a regular subject course at the 11th or 12th grade level has previously been taken. And this is the second slide with advanced placements option 2 for the humanities, social sciences, law, or economics, and business. So now to the language requirements. On this slide, you have a list of acceptable language requirements, language certificates, which meet the requirements for admission at the higher education institutions in Germany. So you have the Deutsche Sprachdiplom, der Kulturministerkonferenz, die SD2, Zentrale Oberstufenprüfung, COP, Großes Deutsches Sprachdiplom, GDS, Test DAF Niveaustufe 4, Goethe C2 certificate. And again here, I would like to point out that this is just a guide about what is needed to attend the German institution of higher education and not be taken as a guarantee. It is safest to really contact the university and ask what the requirements are, the university in Germany. If after the high school degree, the student does not meet the entrance requirements or Hochschulzulassungsberechtigung for higher education in Germany, they must attend the Studienkolleg. As a reminder to the previous slide 14, the Studienkolleg ends with the Feststellungsprüfung. There are advantages to attending the Studienkolleg in Germany. The Studienkolleg functions as a bridge to help the student adjust from the academic culture in the home country to the academic culture in Germany. To do this, they offer courses specifically tailored to international university applicants. The teachers at the Studienkollegs, your bridge builders, are highly qualified and specialized experts who will work together with you. So the duration is 1 year. And scientific studies show that graduates of a Studienkolleg study better and faster than international students without the Studienkolleg. And now Studienbrücke or study bridge is administered by the Goethe Institute. Studienbrücke is a program that prepares students with outstanding performances in mathematics, computer science, natural science, and technology, or STEM fields, or MINT in German. It also prepares students with excellent German language skills for studying in Germany and introduces them to the German teaching and learning culture. The Study Bridge program offers a direct path to university admission, and through its content creates optimal conditions for a successful transition from high school to a German university and long-term success in studies. This program is offered by the Goethe Institute, so if you're interested to learn more, check out their website. the cost of living in Germany is fairly reasonable in comparison to other European countries, definitely in comparison to the US and the East and West coasts. In fact, at 104.4% based on the EU average, the cost of food, clothing, and living is in line with the price levels in the European Union. Therefore, a student will need around 800 to 900 euros a month to cover living and accommodation expenses. Monthly expenses depend greatly on your lifestyle and the city of choice. Clearly, if the student chooses to study in a major city, the rent is going to be a bit higher than if it's somewhere outside of a large city. Study abroad students also need to get a hold of semester tickets, and that's a public transport ticket valid for 6 months, usually given out by the universities. And this is also something that you can look at later at your own leisure. It's a resource for accommodations in Germany. And you can see you can actually reach that through the DAAD website. And also through the DAAD website, international students can apply to numerous organizations for a scholarship, for example, to the DAAD, to party-related foundations, or to business-affiliated institutions. You can find information on the various types of scholarships in the DAAD scholarship database. And on this slide, we have, again, more helpful links for you and resources that you might find helpful about grants, about programs. So we have arrived at the end of the presentation, and I thank you very much for your interest in the German higher education system. And I thank you for attending this presentation hosted by me, representing the DAAD. And again, on this last slide, my name is Roxana Plikov. Feel free to email me your questions, and also let me know if you would like a PDF version of this presentation. My email is on the slide, plikov@daad.de. All right, thank you, everyone. That's it for me.
And, thank you for all the facts in the beginning. I did not know the long history of the DAAD. That was certainly something I was happy to learn about. And please, everyone, reach out to Roxana. Her email address is in the chat. And a personal thank you from me to you. I really appreciate it. And before you all go, we will continue our program with our last session, Besuch beim Kinderarzt, Routine Untersuchungen im Plan und Notfälle, which will be in German. And I hope I see you all in the Ich bin Expert Club. Viele Grüße nach Deutschland and have a nice weekend, everyone. Wiedersehen.
Okay. Tschüss.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.